Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 22nd. We're going to jump right in here. You have this Unlocking Solutions card. It says, through compromise, you will create the successful outcome you're hoping for. You have this Travel card. It says, you're attracting positive movement or travel that will bring your desires to fruition. And it is an amazing time for travel, even if you're just like traveling mentally somewhere, or if you're learning something new. You know, we can go on adventures in like a million different ways, so it doesn't have to literally be travel. But if you are traveling, then I would say it's a little bit extra good because of that card. You have the Page of Swords, King of Swords, and the Temperance card. This card kind of wanted to fall out with that Five of Pentacles, so we'll take it. But I feel that there is like a rapid change. It's almost like I see you going from the Page of Swords to the King of Swords. So I feel that you could be, it's almost like you are maturing very quickly, or there is something about your maturity popping into my head here. I think that it has to do with like how long it would normally take you to do something. So what the hell am I talking about? What I'm talking about is like if normally it would take you a year to get like a new position or a new job or a raise or a promotion. I feel like you could be like discovering or finding a way to get one, like a raise or promotion in like a month, or if it would take you like 2 years to get back into a new relationship. It's like, I don't really see this as a love reading, but it could be one of those things where it happens much faster. The King of Swords and also this Page of Swords, Swords cards kind of represent knowledge and wisdom, or having learned something. And so I feel that because you've learned your lessons, or you've learned something, you are accomplishing something faster. The real reason I'm saying this is because of this right here. On the Six of Swords, that woman and the child in that boat, they are moving across choppy waters, and they're hoping to get to calmer shores. And these swords in the front of the boat kind of represent the knowledge, the wisdom, the things that they have learned on their journey. And that's the only thing that they are bringing with them across the choppy waters, is the things they've learned. They only have the clothing on their back, and they're leaving everything in the past behind them. And then you have the Chariot, which would be like a quick success or a quick victory coming in for you. So I think that these two energies, Page of Swords, King of Swords, are playing very nicely together. The King of Swords can also represent a transformation. He has this butterfly right here. And so the King of Swords can say that you are turning knowledge into wisdom. And to do that, you have to take what you have learned and you have to put it into practice. That's how we get the wisdom side of things, right? By actually doing what we have learned. And so, like I said, I feel that you are just I just get that energy of maturing very, very quickly, or transforming very quickly. And again, you have the Temperance card. The Temperance card is a card of transformation, and you are clearly on this journey of transformation or turning your situation around. You have the Five of Pentacles right next to it. So again, a lot of you could be, it seems to me like the second half of this month here, July, is all about finances, or people correcting their finances. So, and I'm pretty sure this came up in your last reading as well, the mid-monthly reading, that it was all about you kind of like correcting your finances, or at least, at the very least, stabilizing your finances. And that's where this transformation could come from. I also think that you're going to probably be stabilizing your finances through a transformation, like, you getting a raise or a promotion, or you getting a new job, or something like that, right? With the Page of Swords, you have the Four of Cups. I love this Four of Cups because this is from the White Sage Tarot, and these three cups are pouring into this one cup. I believe that the Four of Cups is a card of mixing things together. I always say it, that, the Four of Cups, it's like he's trying to manifest a cake. He has the flour, the sugar, the eggs. All he needs to do is put it all together and pop it in the oven. So, like the guy on this card, he has all the ingredients. He has the three cups in front of him, the one cup that's reaching out. He just needs to mix all those things together. Not only that, the Temperance card also kind of would represent mixing things together. He's mixing, two cups, trying to turn water into wine. And so I feel for a lot of you, again, you're finally getting the transformation you want. With the King of Swords, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is really a card of tactics. It can be a card of lying, cheating, stealing, but, Seven of Swords is a golden card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. And the Seven of Swords kind of represents doing something tactically, or doing something in a different way. But again, usually you can only learn better ways of doing everything that you're doing through wisdom, through learning, and then, making adjustments. And even the Temperance card is about making those tiny little adjustments on your journey so that you can get to your end goal. And I see that here with this card and also the Temperance card. It's like you're kind of like on this journey, you're trying to accomplish something, and you're just making those little adjustments. With the Temperance card, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I mean, Queen of Wands, I think, is going to be your best friend, really. I think embracing her energy, being bold, being assertive, really going for things, and being willing to learn as you go is going to be the thing that comforts you, at this time. I don't think you necessarily need comfort, but, I think it's going to be the thing that makes you successful faster. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have the Silkworm. It says imaginativeness, Paragon, and impassioned. You have this Capybara. It says selective, group bonds, and sway. Every single sign for every single reading that I've done, in this half of the month, the second half of the month, has been about being very selective. Like I can see it throughout the readings. And so I think this is a little bit of a collective energy where we all need to be selective with the situations we enter into, the people we surround ourselves with, all that other stuff. And I think that if you are selective, you'll have more energy for the things that are important. If you're not selective, then you're probably going to feel burnt out. So again, I think picking and choosing who and what you give your energy to would be a good idea. I also feel like your imagination is probably guiding you at this time, especially with the Six of Swords here. Your imagination for the future could be running wild. And the other thing that I'm getting here is that I think there are certain things that fire you up and allow your imagination to run wild. And there are other things that kind of are like a wet blanket on the things that you want to do. And I know I'm speaking very generally here, but it could be anything. Like it could be like the TV shows you watch. It could be the music you listen to and those things. It's like I feel some things make you feel better, something and lift you up and almost make you feel confident. And I feel for whatever reason, I feel like the Six of Swords is saying you need to feed that fire. If there are things that you do that really get you fired up, then I would do more of those things, or listen to more of that music, or if maybe there's a movie that gets you really motivated or something, right? And I feel you need that, because it's like I can, with these cards and those two animal cards there, I feel that it's like you can imagine a better life. You can imagine that things could get better for you. And then right next to it, we have the Chariot. Chariot says as above, so below. He has these stars up here, these moons on his shoulders, and it basically says if you get into alignment with the things that you want, you will change your life. But again, maybe building that fire, doing more of the things that get you pumped up, that make you believe that you can do something, that might put you in the Chariot. And that's kind of how it's popping into my head. You have the King of Pentacles, focused on financial stability. Again, almost every single sign for the mid-monthly readings had the King of Pentacles, and now a bunch of people in these weekly readings have had the King of Pentacles. So people are clearly, focused on creating stability or, better finances, which, makes perfect sense. And it's probably because of this right here. You have the Five of Pentacles and the Strength card. Five of Pentacles is like feeling left out in the cold. The Strength card obviously is about strength, but it's also about taming yourself. That lion represents her inner voice, her inner critic, her inner demons, but she's getting that lion to submit to her. And the Five of Pentacles is about focusing on your strengths. The Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. So I feel for a lot of you, this is you getting stronger, probably financially, and also probably by developing, good financial habits, paying attention to your finances, paying attention to where you're spending money, and also paying attention to things that make you more money. With the Six of Swords, you have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, a lot of happiness. Again, Ace of Cups overflows. And like I was saying, what things can you do to cause your emotions to overflow in the positive? We're talking about the positive direction, not the negative direction. So, there are certain things that I think fire you up, and there are other things that I think, are, like I said, a wet blanket. And I feel you need to focus more on the fire here, Libra, and make sure that you're kind of stoking that fire and putting more wood on it, or gasoline, right? Rocket fuel on your fire, so that you can get motivated and so that you can move more towards your purpose. I mean, even past the Chariot, we have the Judgment card, and it's like you are coming into alignment with your purpose. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Definitely improvements in your finances. I do feel like there are financial improvements coming in for people as we move forward. I don't know. Like I've been saying since 2016 that like I'm more worried about 2025 as far as finances are concerned. It's the end of Neptune and Pisces. Neptune moves out of Pisces at the end of 2025. Neptune and Pisces rules anything that flows. So I've been warning people about this since like 2016 or whenever I started going live is when I started talking about it on this channel. And, so again, I think that finances could be a little weird, but I also believe we're entering into a time where there will be more abundance. So it's like we might see a little bit of a crash correction, whatever you want to call it, before things get better. But at the same time, I think personally, we can all do things to, make our finances better. And I feel like that's what that's talking about. With the Five of Pentacles and the Strength card, you have the Devil. It's so interesting how this reading is set up to me. Again, you have like the Angel and the Devil, right here. And it, like I said, I think the most important message I'm getting from this reading is that you will get what you feed. If you feed into the fear, the lack of strength, the lack of motivation, that's what you're going to get. If you feed the positive fire that you're building here, then I think you're going to have, a victory. So I would make sure that you are feeding the things that you want to see. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this cheetah. Yes, this definitely a quick transformation. Chariot, Six of Swords, and oh yeah, we were talking about the Temperance card. Temperance is going up to the Chariot. You also have this Nightingale card. This Nightingale card, you can see this little bird, and it's on top of this gigantic egg. And so the Nightingale kind of says that you are capable of much more than you think. And I feel you really need to start, believing that you can accomplish more than you think. This bird, it kind of represents being fierce, being bold, being assertive, and really going for something. And I really feel that, with this energy, the whole entire reading is kind of saying that. But the Nightingale, like I said, really kind of says that you can accomplish a lot more than you think. The Chariot says you can accomplish more than you think. He is leaving the city behind him and he's doing this to set himself apart. And, it seems to me like we're in a time where everyone is trying to set themselves apart. We have Pluto going into Aquarius at the end of the year, November, and Pluto in Aquarius is the collective. But I keep telling people, it's like just because Pluto in Aquarius is the collective doesn't mean we should become some sort of collective hive mind. We have to have our own beliefs, our own, our own systems for accomplishing things and doing things. And so, while Pluto in Aquarius is the collective, I think it's more about benefiting the collective is really the way that we should be talking about Pluto in Aquarius. It's like, really the spiritual things that we should be doing are, being an example for other people, doing something hard, accomplishing something great, because then you will inspire the right people. And that's like the most spiritual thing you can do right now. So I would, don't be afraid to set off on that journey and try to accomplish something hard or difficult right now. The Chariot is also about a victory, so I do feel there's this transformation that you could be going through is going to lead to a quick victory. You have the Ten of Wands. I think this is like the biggest challenge of our time is the Ten of Wands. I think this is kind of true for everyone. It's like we all have these extra responsibilities, and we all, I think everybody has a very strong desire to have a breakthrough right now. It's like we feel that anticipation anxiety where it's like we have this vision for a better life, but we also feel very far away from it. But the Ten of Wands also says, well, actually, you are much closer than you think if you keep going. He's carrying his harvest. He's about to reach his home in the background here, and he is about to, have that harvest. He planted those wands. So I think you're much closer than you think. I also feel, again, this capybara card said, selectiveness on it. So he might be carrying some responsibilities that are not his. He might be, he might be picking up some burdens from other people that he shouldn't be. And I feel that you being selective with your burdens and the things that you're allowing to control your life, are really, it's like if you just keep going and keep working towards whatever you're working towards, you will be fine. You have the Moon. The Moon is a card of like not being sure if you're on the right path. At least that's what I feel for you. The Moon is darkness, fears. It can represent fears and illusions. But the Moon says that you need to keep going down your path. The Moon is temporary. The Moon comes up and then the Moon goes down and the Sun comes up. So I feel for a lot of you that you just need to keep going on the path that you're on, and eventually you will see the light. And, that's really what I get. And isn't it funny that you have the Sun on the bottom of your clarifying deck here? So I feel that this is basically saying, the Sun is going to come up, and you just need to keep pushing forward here. With the Chariot, you have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups could be a knight in shining armor, but I also feel that Knight of Cups is your dream. He is the card of like dreaming and being very imaginative. So I feel for a lot of you, this is, really, I think that there's something in this reading about how your imagination will kind of play into your success, or you imagining something, but then building that fire, like I said, like really imagining that you have done something and visualizing and all those things. I think that would be a great exercise, and it's free, so I would definitely do it. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about following your heart. Every single person gets this right now. I think that there we have the logical 3D world right now, but I also think that we are entering into this new world. It's like they're splitting, and one world is like logical and real world and full of competition and things like that, and the other world is full of heart-based energy. So I think we're in this time where we just need to choose to move in that heart-based direction, or what our heart's calling is what I would call this right here, going to the Judgment card. So it's like your heart is telling you to do one thing, your head is telling you to do something 3D logical, but really it's like this is the path to success. With the Moon, you have the Ten of Swords. We have 3 tens here, right? 3 tens is like completion and hoping that something is complete, or you are going to be able to complete something, hoping that you can do that. The Ten of Swords really like a blessing in disguise. But I kind of feel like I just get the feeling that you're hoping that something comes to an end soon. It could just be like the darkness, and I feel that the Ten of Swords really is saying that you just need to keep going, one foot in front of the other. Things are, those things are coming to an end. Can't make this up. You have this chameleon card in the area of the good stuff. It says act as if, exactly what I was saying in that top row. You have this porcupine spirit, says time for a beginner mind. Yeah, again, the rules have changed. That porcupine spirit says that it's time to kind of like learn new things and develop that wisdom, but also I think acting as if will be very powerful for you as well. You have the Judgment card, 2 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. Judgment is like a wake-up call, but it's coming up in the good stuff. So, these people are rising up out of their coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. And clearly, you are being called to a new life. And you're just being called to leave that old life behind. And that's what I feel here. 2 of Pentacles also represents too much work. He's spinning plates, he's juggling, he's trying to do too much at once. We have it right next to the Ten of Wands. I guess the good news is that it's coming up in the area of the good stuff. So maybe you are kind of like being more selective is the word I'm looking for. Maybe you are picking and choosing where to put your energy. I also kind of feel like there's like something building. I get this sense on the 2 of Pentacles that there's almost something in your life that you can't ignore anymore. And, I think the, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what I want to say right now, but it's almost like the divide. It's like you can't ignore it anymore. It's like maybe you have this old life and you start imagining a new life or something new you want to do with your life. And it's like, I feel like you can't ignore this side of it anymore. It's like maybe every time you think about your dream or the business you want to start or something, or the raise you want or something you want to kind of create, it's like getting harder and harder to ignore, I feel. So I get this sense of kind of this, again, anticipation. I think I said that earlier. And this sense of anticipation and this sense of something better, right? And it's like getting harder and harder to ignore. So don't ignore it. I think you need to start acting as if you already have it. You have the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands and the good stuff can represent learning from your competition. So it doesn't say compare yourself, but it does say that it might be a good time for you to learn from your competition or the people around you. And yeah, that's it. Right? So let's see where this is going. With the Judgment card, you have the 3 of Wands. Again, seeing the future. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, I feel that you do see the future a little bit, or it's like you're not imagining things, is really what I feel like saying. I think you think you're imagining things with the 6 of Swords and Ace of Cups. That is the wouldn't it be nice if. And then the Chariot is going and getting it. So, I think you need to make that's the transition you need to make. You need to make the transition from, wouldn't it be nice if I could, have the things I want, to, okay, well, actually, I'm going to go and get those things. And I think that's what the 3 of Wands reminds us. 3 of Wands really says, what are you waiting for? Everything you want is in front of you. And those ships, everybody reads this as your ships coming in, which is true, but the ships are pointing out of the harbor. So it basically says the ships for your adventure are waiting. They're just waiting for you to swim out to them, and you just have to get on those ships. So time for an adventure. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords, quick changes. The whole entire reading talks about like a quick change or a rapid change. With the Five of Wands, you have the Page of Swords. You start and end with the Page of Swords. You start and end with two swords energies here. So the Page of Swords is about curiosity and being curious about your future. It seems to me like we are in a very curious time. Like, people are curious. People are, I think our mind is trying to get us to focus on what we want, and that's exactly what I would do. You have this target card. It says a goal-oriented person. Yeah, having a goal. You also have this arrow card, which is kind of about aiming in a direction. You also have the star card here, which says guaranteed success. But stars in the tarot and even the oracle cards to me represent having a North Star, having that one thing that guides you. So having a goal would be a good idea. You have this card that says period of prosperity and abundance. Yes, definitely prosperity and abundance coming in for you. You have this June card and this wall. It says misunderstandings. There could be, maybe you had misunderstandings in the month of June. You could be revisiting this towards the end of the month. We have Mercury going retrograde in the beginning of August, but we're going to be in the shadow, or we are, depending on when you're watching this video. And, basically that Mercury retrograde energy could bring back a misunderstanding. But what I would say is Mercury retrograde is a great time to clear up misunderstandings. So you could be clearing that up. You have this arrow. It says you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Moon. The moon is the doubts. Like, am I going in the right direction? Am I doing the right thing? And the answer is yes, you are. And finally, you have the star. It says guaranteed success. So the path you're on is going to lead to guaranteed success. Yeah, not much to say here, Libra. I love this reading. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.